We're back in the Western Reserve Area Agency on Aging's Kitchen, working with the Ohio Pork Council, and some awesome weeknight meals are going to help you get through these first couple of weeks of the fall. I know it can be so busy, and Chef Chris over here is here to help us show how we can make a beautiful pork-centered meal for our family.
That's right. Yeah, so we got some Brine's pork chops that we're going to finish with a peppercorn cream sauce, and we're going to show you how it all comes together.
Nice. And talk about why a brine is helpful in really sealing the deal and that awesome flavor of the pork chop.
Well, a brine is a simple way to help introduce a lot of flavor and a lot of juice into your cut of pork. So it's a simple process. It only takes a 30-minute brine can make all the difference in the world.
Really? Okay.
That's right. Yeah, so that's why it's important. So we did that ahead of time, and now we're gonna show you how to make this sauce.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so we're gonna get a pan on medium heat. We're gonna add about a tablespoon of butter, or a little bit more. If you're like me, you like a little bit more butter. And a little olive oil because it helps increase the smoking point.
Okay.
And so once this melts down here, we're gonna add some of our onion and some diced garlic here. We're gonna let these sweat down a little bit and get really aromatic. And this is gonna do a lot of heavy lifting for our sauce. As you let these onions cook down, the sugars, the natural sugars in the onions will come out and give it a little sweetness.
Nice.
So yeah, it balances salty, sweet, and fat. That's what food's all about.
Salty, sweet, fat, yes please. That sounds like a great dinner.
3 of my favorite things.
Right.
Right? So we're gonna let this go and cook down just a little bit. And then we're gonna add in our beef stock and some Worcestershire sauce. Say that 3 times fast.
Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce. I don't know what the problem is.
Well, it's easier for you than me. And it's another thing you can do with this sauce, if you want, it adds a great depth of flavor. Before you move to the next part, you can add in a shot of your favorite whiskey or bourbon.
Ooh, okay.
And this is gonna add a really nice depth of flavor. Just light it on fire, let the alcohol cook off, and it's gonna give it this great depth.
Oh, yum.
Nobody's gonna really be able to pinpoint it. Will not taste like alcohol.
No.
But it'll add something.
So you could add a bourbon, you could add a whiskey, something like that.
That's right. Whatever your favorite flavor is.
Okay.
Or whatever one you dislike the least.
You want to get rid of, right?
That's right.
All right, so let's talk about, while that's getting ready, the brine itself. How did you put that together?
So the brine, a very simple brine for pork, is 4 cups of water to 1/2 cup of sugar and 1/2 cup of salt, right? And so let it go 30 minutes, up to 8 hours. But a 30-minute brine is very effective. It does a lot of heavy lifting.
Okay, good.
Right, my favorite's about 2 hours, but 30 minutes is ample.
Easy enough. Okay. All right, so what comes next for your sauce here?
All right, so next we're gonna add some of our beef stock and Worcestershire. We're gonna let that cook down in the pan just a little bit. And we're gonna add in about a tablespoon of peppercorns, right? Because this is a peppercorn cream sauce.
That's right.
And about a teaspoon or so of salt. Just make sure you salt to taste and always have a little tasting spoon on hand.
Oh, look
like
at
I
that.
got.
He just pulled it right out of his pocket there.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Well, so many people don't do that. They're so, they're really chained to this recipe where they have to do everything exactly as it's written.
That's right.
But you don't factor in things like, you know, maybe a measuring spoon might be a little bit off, or your temperature might be a little bit different, and the time.
And some things weight by volume, and some things weight by weight, in the measurements rather. So the truth is, just cook with your heart and season it the way that you like.
I like that. I like that.
So now that we got this going a bit, we're gonna add in about a cup of heavy cream. And that's really all that's it for the sauce. We're gonna let this cook down. I'm gonna grab my spoon here, give it a stir.
So really, do you have that balance? You have the savory with the Worcestershire and the beef.
That's right.
You've got the creamy with the heavy cream. You've got the bite of the peppercorn.
We got the acid in there as well.
Yeah.
And this does, yes, it does a lot for this sauce. So we're just gonna let that cook down by about 1/3 to 1/2, and just kind of get it to the thickness that you like, and we'll let that go for about 8 to 10 minutes. And then we can move on to doing our chop. Let's go ahead and give that a whirl.
There we go.
All right, when it's sizzling, you know it's good.
Okay.
So we're gonna let that go, and we're gonna place this down.
Now, the brine makes a difference in terms of the flavor and the juiciness. Does it cook any different after it's been brined?
Believe it or not, a brine actually helps it cook faster.
Nice.
It increases the cooking time.
Okay.
So,
Weeknights during the fall, like that is an important factor. Okay.
That's right, especially if you got kids in sports like I do. I got 3 of them in travel sports. The faster the better. So this is a great recipe. You can brine ahead of time.
We'll put this in a to-go box so you can eat it in the car as you're driving between
right,
all the
yes.
sports. Trust me, everybody knows they're nodding their heads like, yes, yes, can we do that?
No doubt about that, yes.
We'll cut it up for you, use some plastic utensils, and it's gonna be good.
So we're just gonna add a little salt, a little pepper, and we'll finish it with some additional garlic. But you don't wanna add that just yet because garlic can burn pretty easily and it turns very bitter.
Meanwhile, this sauce smells amazing right now. So good.
It's cooking down nicely and we're reducing. We wanna get it to going another couple of more minutes and then it'll start to thicken up for us.
Okay.
So we're gonna let this go about 6 minutes aside. We got our tongs over here. And after about 3 minutes, we're gonna give them a quarter turn just so we can get those nice diamond marks. Are they necessary?
You're ambitious. Diamond marks on a weeknight meal?
Well,
I don't know.
Look, all it takes is a quarter of a turn. Is it necessary? It is not. But everybody eats with their eyes first.
It's true.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah, so we're getting those grill marks going. We're just gonna let it hang out for a couple of minutes and let our sauce continue to reduce.
Okay. All right, so we're ready to check the temps on this?
We are, yeah. So what we're looking for is about 140 degrees. You can see we're climbing up, just hitting that 142 mark, 143. Okay. We're gonna now pull these off and then we're gonna give them a bath in our delicious sauce.
Okay.
Okay, so let's take...
Oh, look how juicy those look. Wow.
Let's take another one of these bad boys.
Yum.
Put it over it. And now we can take our fantastic sauce we got
You've
here.
seen it, it's reduced so that it's thickened up and it's really gonna stick to that pork
See,
chop.
it's reduced by about a half now, and that's really what we're looking for. And now we can take it.
Oh, yum.
and
They're gonna
just
be
pour it.
fighting over this at the dinner table, I think.
That's right. Garlic, those delicious onions, sweeten it up a little bit. Finish it just with a little bit more peppercorns and salt. And that's a pork chop fit for a king.
Yum, look at that. I guess I'll share.